Alrighty, guys, we are back again with another episode of the All In Triathlon podcast. I am again in AIT HQ whilst Jelle is off gallivanting the world, trying to be two-time world champion this year. Jelle coming from, well, you're not in Bahrain anymore. You are in Qatar, I believe. How are you doing?
Yeah, indeed. We traveled yesterday, Marta and me. It's been cool, like back to the good old days. We're just missing you, Aaron. Spending some time with Martin in Bahrain and was a lot of fun. Well, actually, the whole team, they're all like fun people. So it was a fun week. Training was sometimes a bit tricky there. Like mainly the bike, you always had to drive to the bike path, which was about like a 20-minute drive, but just more the logistics of it because we only had one car with the team. And actually, then yesterday we ordered an Uber, and he saw our bikes, and he said, "Nope, I'm not taking you guys." And they were like,
Really?
just like yeah, and they were just like, fuck it, and we just biked from the hotel, which it
Is it
actually wasn't too bad. We did
okay?
spend a couple Ks on the highway, which wasn't ideal. But
Is
yeah,
that
we
illegal?
survived. I don't think it's maybe illegal. It's just dangerous.
Yeah, probably if you did something illegal, you would know about it over there.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
I
I don't know.
think if they see Bahrain victorious on your shirt, it's probably fine.
Yeah.
You say,
It gives
we
you
we had lunch with the prince, and then it's all good.
You've got the golden key to the kingdom.
Well, I don't think it's a golden maybe, but yeah, it might be a little bit easier, I guess. No, but
It's
yeah, we're now in Doha in the Ritz Carlton. It's quite a fancy hotel, actually. It's quite nice.
from one flashy place to another. And you are, well, I should have opened with this actually. You are the Ironman 70.3 Bahrain relay champion.
Hell yeah.
And you did it in the swim. You did the swim leg as well.
Yeah, I did the swim. Martin did the bike, and then we had a Bahraini runner, a coach there, because we actually met some like triathlon kids there, and they said, "Oh yeah, it's our coach. It's our coach." Who is like he does like running. He ran a 112, I think. But yeah, no, we won. So we had 7-minute lead, I think. Yeah, it was good. It was fun. It was funny actually because the relay teams they had to start behind all the age groupers. So it was like quite a interesting swim for me, overtaking
Yeah.
lots of people. But then a few of the relay teams just started in the front. They just, yeah, they got through because they were checking it. We had different gaps, but they got through somehow. So it was weird because we didn't finish first across the line. Like there was a team probably still 5 minutes earlier across the line. They just started 15 minutes in front of us. So it's a bit weird.
I guess
Yeah,
it's a rolling start, is it? Where you just start when your chip goes across the line?
yes, yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we had Vince and Georgia winning the individual races both. Well, I guess Georgia officially isn't with Bahrain anymore, but she used to be, and then Vince is with the Bahrain team. So was a good weekend, I guess, for the Bahrain victorious team.
I guess the prince was pretty happy.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Did you actually got to meet him this time though, yeah?
Yeah. He came to the award ceremonies, but then he didn't stay long at all. But then the day after on Saturday, we had this massive lunch with him. It was cool. It was like in an Italian restaurant. Apparently, they own it, and so they start like putting lots of dishes on the table, and like they serve you. And we had already like in pizza, there was pizza and stuff, but like a bunch of other like smaller plates, and we were eating well. And I think most of us thought, okay, that's it, maybe some dessert. And then they came with a second load of like all pastas and all this other stuff, and we were all like already so full. And then came dessert, which was like cake, ice cream, tiramisu. Um, yeah, it was insane. We said that we ate for like 3 hours basically.
Did
Then I still had
you
a bike session after.
oh,
That was not pretty.
I
I
bet.
almost threw up during an effort.
Did you actually? Wow.
Yeah. It like came quite high.
Yeah.
Not
And
ideal.
did you actually like is is the prince like approachable, or has he got lots of bodyguards near him?
He travels with a whole like entourage.
Mm.
But when he was sitting with us at the table, it was just him and his like right hand. I think his name was Abdullah.
Hmm.
But like people that have met him, like Vince, for example, I've met him a few times. They said like he was really relaxed now, like, and the bodyguards were all like quite far away, like not very visible, and the restaurant was just open as well
Mm.
for like other people. And like in the end, he's a bit of a rock star there. You know, everyone asked for photos with him after, and he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
very chill. Like I've never met the guy, but he was really chill and just like very good talker, like very good stories about like he's really really into horse racing now and all that stuff and the
Mm.
facilities he has for his 400 horses he owns. It's crazy.
A-
The amount of wealth, it's yeah, out of like yeah, nothing we can compare to.
and he is so he's the son of the king, is that right?
Yeah, the second son. So he's
Ah,
not
okay,
the
so
heir.
he's not the heir.
No.
Have you met the heir or the king?
No, no. No, but apparently last year they had a dinner with the king or lunch, I think.
Okay.
But no, I didn't meet him this time. There was also like at the same week there was like a top of all like the Gulf countries, like you know Abu Dhabi, Dubai,
Mm-hmm.
Qatar. I don't know what else is in it, but they had like a
Saudi.
top there, like a meeting in Saudi. So it was, I guess, busy for them this week or like last week.
Um, and so like we've actually had a couple of people come in with questions about Bahrain, so I don't want to just jump to them now and spoil their question, but I'm also curious as well. So because it's always the prince, what's Nasi? I don't want to butcher his name, so I won't try. But the prince that runs this or funds this team, like how does it work? Because you never really see any of the other sons. So is it kind of like he uses his money how he wants, I guess, and part of how he wants to fund this team? I guess you're looking at me a little bit confused. So
Well, I'm not sure about the ins and outs of how they spend their money and whose is what money. I have no idea. But the prince, Prince Nasser, he has a
yeah.
couple names. I don't know. Um, he's the one that's really into like sport and health and like you can know like he trains himself 2 times a day. He has a whoop around his arm. Like you know he's really into this. So I think the Bahrain Victorious cycling team, the Bahrain Victorious triathlon team, it's like his projects a bit.
Yeah.
Um, he called the cycling team also like my cycling team. So I guess it's like he that like yeah, I guess gets the money for it. I don't know where it comes from. I have no idea. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
but it is very much his thing, I think. Like because yeah, he even said like when he travels to the US to meet with Donald Trump or whoever, if it's like a flight over 8 hours, he takes his tax and the bike on the plane and does a workout
Oh,
on the
really?
plane. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because they have their own plane, you know, so you can,
Yeah.
I guess, quite easily do it. But yeah, he says like if the flight is over 8 hours, I need to work out. So he's very much into like his health and like being active and
Yeah, yeah.
well, he did Ironmans back in the day, so
And
but I don't
here
know
I
about the others.
yeah. Here I am thinking you're living the luxury flying Q suites and this guy this prince is taking on his tax and riding on his private jet all the way to America. That's
Yeah,
pretty
he's
cool.
swifting his way through the US.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's the sort of wealth we can only ever dream of, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
But
don't think we chose the wrong sport or
yeah,
born in the wrong country.
born in the wrong line of family, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, I
Although I
guess
am royal after all, so
that's true. Yeah,
maybe I have some hidden wealth somewhere along the family line. I'm not sure.
yeah. Where's your private jet? Where's your Boeing 787 or whatever? Because
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
flat out.
they have like this huge plane. Well, they
Yeah,
probably
I'm
have a couple
sure.
of planes. I don't know, but um, yeah.
Yeah, I'm flat
But
out just trying to.
it's a whole different life. Like what he was telling, like he said one time he lands in Washington at 10 a.m. with his like plane and then leaves at 7 p.m. Just had a bunch of meetings, then he leaves again. Like he always has a suitcase ready because he needs to be able to travel within 2 hours notice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
From
So
the
it's
family,
like,
like, so the king might send him off and say, right, you've got to go do official business.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, not cool, I
Yeah.
guess, but it's kind of like a different,
Yeah,
interesting,
it's
maybe is the
so
right word.
different. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, indeed.
yeah. Well, here he is doing that, and I'm flat out trying to pay for my Zwift membership. So,
Yeah, indeed. Should I pay for another year or not? Like, it's quite a lot of money. I don't use it that often.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, how are you doing? How is the Gold Coast? You had some coaching to do today, you said.
Yeah, some coaching. Actually, we went down. Non and I went down to Wollongong this weekend. So we
Ah, I saw
have
that too.
my friends down in Wollongong. They're actually, some of them are fans of the podcast. So shout out to the
Mm,
Snitty crew. I didn't actually think they were,
nice.
because, well, some of them were triathletes, so it kind of makes sense. But they're long time finished now, so I actually didn't think they were fans of the podcast. But anyway, they listen, so shout out to them. Yeah, it's actually, we call it for some reason. No, well, not some reason. It's called the Snitty group. So
Okay.
you know what a snitty is, Yella?
No.
Oh, that is, you are not going to get your Australian citizenship.
Damn.
Chicken schnitzel. It's not. I know it's not Australian.
Oh,
It's Austrian, I think, but
yeah.
it's like, and it's one of the dishes that Aussies made over. Every single pub
Okay.
has a snitty. Anyway,
Snitty.
every Tuesday with this group of friends, we used to go to Torogi Beach Hotel in Wollongong because they had $10 snitty nights. So we're called the Snitty group.
Yeah.
And yeah, like every Christmas we have like a big get together, and like put on this massive spread, which is awesome. And everyone's got, well, not everyone, but half the people have got kids now, so it's quite cool, quite exciting. They're all quite young and they get excited, and I'll get onto this, but yeah, no, I was down in Wollongong, and it was like a fly in, fly out trip because both Nod and I have been a bit busy with
Mm.
stuff. And so we took the first flight down on Saturday morning, stayed with a friend Saturday night, and then we were meant to get the last flight out of Sydney Saturday night, 9:45.
Oh.
But I don't know if Kate told you about those massive storms Sunday evening.
Oh, she did say that, I think.
Yeah, so our plane was supposed to be coming from Gold Coast, and it got cancelled. The flight couldn't take off
Oh,
because of the storms.
yeah.
And yeah, there's a curfew in Sydney, so they can't fly in and out of after 11 p.m. And we already had the last flight anyway, so they cancelled our flight. And in
Uh,
the end, like, I just thought, oh no, because we both had work first thing Monday morning. Like, we both had to be in
yeah.
work at 8:30 Monday morning.
Oof.
I was like, oh shit, we're gonna miss this now. And it's like, it would have been fine because there's other coaches that could cover it for us, and people understand that, like, a cancelled flight, we can't do much about it. But we went up to the desk. I thought it was going to be madness, like everyone trying to get different flights, get on the same flights. And we just walked up and said, oh, is there any chance? Because they said to come, like, either follow this link, and our link wasn't working, or come and see
Oh,
us at the desk, and they'll rearrange your flights. And they put us on the first flight the next morning at
yeah.
like 6 a.m. And obviously, Queensland is an hour behind. So that's
Yeah,
5
so it's
a.m.
5.
Queensland time. Yeah, so we landed. We got that flight at 6:10 a.m. I think we landed at like 6:30 a.m. We only live, like, where we live, 15 minutes from the airport. So quickly got home,
Nice.
quick change, bite to eat, and off to work. So
Yeah.
we made it, and we just got, like, it was actually quite cheap in the end because we had to get a hotel. They covered
Ah,
the
true.
the flight change, but we got a airport hotel. It was like 200 Australian dollars. I was like, yes, I mean, I don't obviously would rather not pay it because it
Yeah.
was a cancelled flight, but it was like a 5-minute walk away. We got in, we checked in straight away. Like, we're in bed. Like, they said the flight was cancelled at about 9:30 p.m. And I think by about 10:15 we all checked into the hotel,
Nice.
ready for bed. So in out of a shit situation, it actually turned out not
Quite
too
alright.
bad, quite all right. But yeah, it's funny. So I dressed up as Santa. The back to the snitty meal on Sunday afternoon. I
I
dressed up
saw
as
the
Santa.
photo.
No, you didn't. Was there a photo of me as Santa?
Oh, not as Santa, but with like Christmas clothes on, no?
No, that was just me in my Christmas clothes. Actually, I need to find out
Oh,
if anyone took a photo of me dressed as Santa. But um, obviously I don't look like I don't have a Santa physique, and so all of the kids are running up like, "Why are you not fat, Santa? You're not the real Santa." And um, uh, Pippa, her name is, who she's 5, I think, and that's who was the kid of who will say the daughter of the place where we were staying at. So I
Yeah.
well, I know her obviously quite well, but we got to spend a bit of time with her that weekend, and she knew me and quite well and knew my voice, and like she just came up to me and she like grabbed my beard and she's like, "You're Aaron. You're not Santa. This is Aaron." And
Oh.
I was like, "Uh-oh, I'm sprung here." And I just was like, I like pulled my beard back up and I put my sunnies on. I was like, "This is Santa. What are you talking about? Aaron is out helping with the reindeers. Um, he's holding Rudolph on the roof." And she's like, "No, you're not Santa." And I was
She
like,
was really
"Santa's."
upset.
She was a little bit upset, and so I've probably ruined her Christmas, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Sorry,
indeed.
sorry, James and
And
Larissa.
now she
But
doesn't believe in Santa Claus anymore.
no, well, I don't know. She was still confused, but I quickly ran out, and she started chasing me. But her dad grabbed her, and like she was like still yelling and screaming, "Where's Santa? Where's Aaron?" And so I got changed really, really quick, came around the side and came into the back and just sat down, like all
Yeah, yeah,
within
yeah.
1 minute, like 1.5 minutes, because I had just my clothes on underneath, so I just ripped off the Santa suit, came back around, sat out the back, and I was back there before she then came back out the back,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so she was like, actually, Aaron's
She got
there."
very
So
confused,
who
probably.
was that? Because like she was convinced. Like I could see, I was giving the other kids who were a bit younger, and they fully believed. I was giving everyone out some chocolate, and as I handed her the chocolate Pippa, she was like staring right at me. She was like,
This is not right.
and I'm like, "Oh, I think I might be sprung here." So anyway, I think maybe I got away with it, but
But then Santa never came back.
the Santa never came back. Well, Santa had to go off to other kids' place. That's what he was
Yeah,
said
yeah, true.
as he was running out. He had to get back onto the
Sprinting
reindeers
out.
and yeah, back onto the reindeers. Yeah, it's a hard work for Santa. He's got so many. Can you imagine how
Yeah,
many houses
true.
he's got to go to
Well, the whole world.
in one night? Like he's just yeah. So
Busy guy.
he is a busy guy, but yeah, I don't know whether I don't know if I've ruined Christmas for her or not, but yeah, it was funny nonetheless. And to be fair, it's not I mean, maybe I was doing a shit impersonation of Santa, which probably didn't help, but um, I wasn't even that keen because I'm like, oh, they're gonna know
Yeah, yeah.
that because I don't look anything like Santa. It's like a poor uniform as well. It's not like one of these good ones. It's like a $5 one from a cheap
Yeah.
shop.
Kmart.
But the parents, most of the parents, are like, yeah, do it. So it's kind of
You didn't put
maybe.
like a pillow underneath or something to make
Well,
yourself have a belly?
I wanted to, but the suit was not big enough. So it was actually not like a big suit. It was like literally one that you'd maybe more than $5 you'd probably get from like the
Yeah,
reject
yeah,
shop we have here for like $20 or something like that.
yeah.
So but yeah,
Seems
so the
fun.
reason it was fun, but I did it 2 years ago. So obviously they were 2 years younger. Some of them were like
Yeah.
1 year old, people was 3 years old, and the rest were like, yeah, 3 to 4 or under. And they fully believed me then and they loved it. So I think that's why the parents were keen for me to do it again. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're getting a bit older now.
They're
So
getting too old.
I think the parents have gone home to tell her that no, Santa has other helpers. So it wasn't Aaron, but it wasn't the real
Yeah,
Santa.
yeah,
There's other helpers out. So
yeah.
fingers crossed she still
Still
believes that
believes.
they can
Indeed.
use Santa as a bribery to make sure that she's good.
Yeah, 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 yeah. She behaves.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, that was my weekend, which was quite fun. I guess we're
Yeah, that's
getting into the spirit, the Christmas spirit, which was cool. But also, what happened on
and
the weekend,
I'm
Alex
here
Yee.
still racing. Bloody
Yeah,
hell. You're in the
Alex Yee.
Christmas period. Yeah, that was wow, out of this world, no?
Yeah, insane.
Well, I guess your friend Ryan was quite right with what he said. No, what did he say? 205 to 206? You,
Yeah,
with like the training Alex was doing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No, he was so obviously Alex was he was putting out YouTube videos, but also he was
yeah,
putting everything on Strava, which was
yeah,
cool. And so we actually were trying to get Ryan onto one of our podcasts leading into Valencia to sort of talk about it, but things got away from us. He's got two
hmm
kids and he was running Valencia himself, so it's
yeah.
Ryan Gregson.
What did
For
he
those
do? What did he
no, he
run?
had a bad day. Well,
Oh,
bad
okay.
bad day. He was going for like a 211 and he ended up doing 217.
Yeah, okay.
Um, but I mean, he admitted he's more of he's a 330 1500 guy, which was he did that back in 2010, which at that time was not many people running under 330, right? So
Yeah, definitely.
he was one of the best 1500-meter runners in that period. But yeah, he just said, well, his words are he's just not efficient enough
Yeah,
to
for a
run a
marathon.
really fast marathon.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
he'll still keep trying, and I'm sure. Well, he's definitely faster than 217. He's done a 213, I think, before. But yeah,
Mm.
anyway, he was obviously he's quite in the know, and he's a coach himself, so he understands paces and stuff, and he's good friends with some of the Australian guys that have run 2.6, 2.7.
Yeah,
And we were talking quite a bit, and he said, "Well, the training Alex is doing, there's no way that these guys that he knows that are 206, 2.7 runners could do."
yeah.
So he was like, "Oh, if he does," he was kind of saying it maybe a little bit tongue in cheek or a little bit like to overhype maybe, but he was like, if he doesn't go under 206, it's a failure.
Also, it's a
um,
failure. Alex
yeah,
was a
well,
failure.
yeah, I guess he's kind of joking a little bit, but he
Yeah.
was just trying to say like the work he's doing leading in should be around about that pace. But
Well, I
I
guess
was kind of
especially being his only second marathon ever, you know.
yeah.
Um,
Were
like
you?
like maybe he can run under 206 with his current shape. It just well, in the end, like he accelerated his last like I think 7K it was. Like if you look from 35K onward, it's like
Mm,
because he put it on Strava, it's like 258, 258, 256, 255, you know, like even
yeah,
one
yeah,
under 250.
yeah.
So maybe if he goes out a tiny bit quicker, maybe he can run sub 26.
I think yeah,
Um,
probably a tiny bit quicker, and maybe he could have started picking the pace up a little bit earlier.
yeah, true.
Because
But you
I
can,
think
yeah, you can really see in the marathon, like, because halfway he was, I think, in the third group. There was like the
mm,
group with was maybe like 8 or 9 that were running like 203 pace. Then there was a group that was running like 204, 205 pace, and then it was Alex's group. But in the end, he finished the seventh, like got a lot of people. So it's like a lot of people also go out on like 205 pace and then crack and just disappear.
mm, yeah,
So
yeah,
it's also a tricky thing, like maybe going 2Ks, 2 seconds per K faster, like
yeah,
makes that your crack after 30K, where
yeah.
it's a fine line, it seems, a marathon, isn't it?
That's why I think, yeah, maybe go out a touch quicker, but maybe not too much.
Yeah,
But
indeed.
try and because he obviously had a bit left in him, right? Like to be able to do that last 5K at the pace he did, those last couple of Ks where they were sub
Yeah, yeah.
250, he had a bit left in him, which I guess is what you want coming towards the end of the marathon. But potentially, if he was
Hmm.
to try and get under 206, could maybe have picked it up because it seemed like got to the without speaking to him, it looked like, and based on his splits on Strava and then how the race panned out, like following the group that he was in, that he went, right, I'm going to run with this group until 35K. And if I feel good, then kick on.
Yeah, accelerate.
And that's what it looked like he did. But, he potentially, maybe, if we're being, well, it's not even being critical, but if he was to do it again to try and aim for something quicker, potentially go a little bit earlier than at that 35K mark. But like you said, it's easily, you could easily, I don't think at that speeds and at that limit that you're on, it would take much to go over the edge
Hmm.
too early and
Definitely.
potentially going for a sub 206 turns into a 208.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a
Or a
fine line
DNF.
when you're or a DNF, yeah. But it's such a fine line, isn't it? I think. But I think, well, I've seen a couple of comments online, and interesting to get your take on it. Where do you see him now sitting as one of well, where is he on your ranking of one of the best endurance athletes in the world currently at the
Oof.
moment?
Well, he must be high up there, no? To do it in to be second fastest Brit ever in a sport that's not really yours. Like, it's one of our sports, of course. And maybe that's something we have an advantage as triathletes, that we're training for three sports. So if you're like Alex, like super talented in obviously all three, but especially in the running, like, yeah, you can also like venture a bit out of just triathlon. Um, yeah, I don't know if there's many people that like
Mm,
went from winning the Olympics in one sport to like being one of the best Europeans ever in another sport the year after.
yeah.
It is quite insane, isn't it? And still, like, there is a big gap with like the best overall, like in the world, but like Europeans, there's not many that are that much quicker, you know?
Mm,
Which is, I think Marta actually looked up. I think he had the 27th fastest European time ever,
yeah. Wow.
which is crazy, no?
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. I think so. I was trying to rack my brain, and obviously, I didn't go through every single endurance athlete
Mm.
that could possibly be there, but I I couldn't see anyone other than maybe Tadej Pogacar. And I know, and like, I'm not saying, what has Alex, sorry, like, I know Alex has done quite well. Like, he's obviously Olympic champion in triathlon. He's done really, really well in the marathon. And Tadej's only done it in one sport, but I think just the nature in how he wins, he can do, like, he can, other than a flat out sprint stage, he's in with a shot of winning everything,
Yeah,
whether
it's
it's a
true.
punchy race, a time trial, a mountain stage, classics races, grand tours. Like, he can do it all. So in my mind, I don't think he's far behind someone like Tadej, but
Hmm.
yeah,
Well,
I
it's
think
very
he's definitely.
hard to. I feel like it's very hard to compare the two, um, because yeah, Tadej, it's still cycling. You know, he's very good at the classics, Tour
Mm,
de France, mountain, even TT, but it's all still cycling.
yeah,
Which, while it's also because triathlon, like, yeah, still 33%, and
yeah,
is running. You know, like, and even like the run is probably the most important one if you want to win races. You know.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, I don't think you like.
yeah.
I don't think you need to be good at two different endurance sports to be in the conversation. Is my
No,
how
no,
I
no.
view it.
Yeah.
But I think that's what helps Alex put him from, still would be in the conversation, being an Olympic champion triathlete, to being, in my view, the top few in the
Hmm.
conversation now. And obviously, it's arbitrary, or it's subjective, right? Sorry,
Yeah,
objective.
yeah, yeah.
It's an opinion that I have and you have and someone else has, and it all could have different opinions, and no one's right or wrong. But just seen a few people debate it online, and I thought it would be quite
Yeah.
interesting to hear
Well, I
your
would
thoughts
say
on it.
like Wout van Aert a couple years ago, maybe when he was doing cyclocross, won a mountain stage in the Tour de France, won a sprint stage and a TT.
Mm,
Think that will also be up there.
yeah,
Um, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I don't
for
know about
sure.
other sports. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking now. Like,
Yeah,
obviously, Kipchoge at one point was like, but it was, yeah, dominating the marathons, wasn't he? Like, for a couple years in a row.
yeah. Won 2 Olympic golds, didn't he? Which is,
Yeah, true, true.
and then
Yeah.
also the sub 2 project and super fast time. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's quite interesting, but nonetheless, absolutely incredible. I think, not that it was, in my view, ever disputed, but he is uncategorically the undisputed fastest runner in triathlon, and a clear, sorry, Yella, but you look at
Oh,
you
no.
look.
No, no, no. I'm not saying myself. I'm just, yeah, I don't know. It's also like there hasn't been many triathletes that have focused that hard on it, you know?
No, for sure,
Like,
but
if you would say Hayden focuses a full year on going as fast as possible in a 10K, he might also run, you know,
Yeah, who runs?
27 low or whatever. I don't know,
Yeah, I
15,
believe.
27, 15 or.
Yeah,
We
probably
actually looked up, you know, that I IAAF,
convert.
IAAF, the International Athletic Federation, they have like points attached to every performance. So
Mm,
I think Alex's 206.38 corresponds to a 27.25 or something on a 10K on the road.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
just for information.
Yeah. So undisputed fastest then.
Well, yeah, but like I said,
Yeah.
he went for it for a full year, which
Yeah, for
not
sure.
many athletes have the luxury. Not many triathletes have the luxury to do it, I guess.
Well, the only people that could challenge him definitely do. Like, there's nothing stopping.
Yeah, I
If
guess
that was
so.
what motivated them, there's nothing stopping
True,
Hayden
true.
or Morgan going to do that.
Yeah,
Like, they both are financially in a position where they could do that as well.
yeah, I guess so.
But
True.
not saying that that's what motivates them. Like at
No,
the end of the
indeed,
day, it's not who's the fastest runner in triathlon. And if you're trying to be the best triathlete, it's who's the best triathlete. So,
definitely,
but it's all
definitely.
these like people like to talk about. I don't mind talking about it either. Like we can talk and
Well,
debate and
that's why you have podcasts, not to talk about this stuff. What else do you have to talk about all year long?
yeah, true. So we
Can't talk about this stuff. Who's the fastest runner in triathlon?
so you haven't put your balls on the line though. You kinda did, but you
What is
maybe a
this?
little. You haven't put your balls on the line as to who you think is the fastest runner in
Well,
triathlon.
like you said, I think. Well, Alex's marathon run now is the fastest a triathlete that ever run. Sure. No?
So, yeah. So he's the fastest runner in triathlon.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're hesitant. You're hesitant.
Well, I feel like
I want to get
it's
this word bite so we can.
yeah, for Instagram and make a reel out of it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Note down 32 minutes.
Yeah. Note down 32 minutes 30 into the podcast. Jelle says Hayden
Alex is the fastest runner ever in triathlon.
and will never be beaten ever
Oh,
again.
I don't think anyone will ever be doing something this crazy that Alex has done ever as a triathlete.
Good. We got that noted. Falco, our real guy, 32 minutes and 30 seconds in. Bang. We can go
Oh,
viral now.
yeah. It's like I saw this thing on T100 where they put like quotes of like the favorites for Qatar, and my quote was something like, "I really want to beat Hayden" or something. But
Yeah.
it's from an interview that's like months ago where they like ask me about it. You know,
Yeah.
it's like this like far out. It's like yeah.
Well,
Anyway, everything for the clickbait.
we're part of the media now, Yella, so we've got to drum up as much as we can.
Yeah, indeed. Bloody hell. Just don't
Yeah.
do it with me. Do it with all the other people.
Right, you've spoke about T100. Let's get onto it. We've got some questions to get to and T100 and not much
Yeah,
time
I
left
need
in this
to go in
podcast to get through.
25 minutes.
We better get to it.
Well,
Uh,
T100 Qatar, the final. And I
Hayden, Alex. Sorry, I just can't get Alex out of my head.
yeah,
Yella
indeed. Bloody
Gaines,
hell.
Yella Gaines versus the second fastest runner in triathlon, Hayden Wild. Who's going to come out on top?
Well, that's the thing. Like, someone here said as well, yeah, everything to play for still. I'm like, well, actually, not really.
Yeah,
I think I have to win, and Aiden has to come fourth for me to win overall.
yeah. So it's
And
against you,
and
unless
with
he.
this, sorry.
No, I was just going to say it's going to be that's tough unless he forgets how to count laps.
Yeah, indeed. Like with the season he has this year, like what are the chances? You know, it's a bit mission impossible. So yeah, I don't really see like I'm here with the mindset, just try to race, try to win the race, see how I go because well, we said on the last podcast, like it hasn't been the easiest period training wise. But yeah, I think it's in the end like you can hear it for everyone here. It's been a super long season, and no one is like as fresh anymore as we were a couple months ago, I guess. But yeah, in the end, like a lot has to go wrong for Hayden for me to be able to win overall the ranking. So yeah, never say never, but I feel like it's mission impossible.
So if I asked you this 2 weeks ago, which I didn't because I didn't want to unfairly put this question on you because you'd probably have to lie in your answer or not tell the full truth. If I asked you this 2 weeks ago and said, do you think you can win the race in Qatar? I think you may have said no, but are the feelings and sensations coming back again where you feel like you're in a position where you're at your best and that you at your best is good enough to be able to win?
Do I have to lie again or not? I don't think I'm in my best, but I do think I'm probably still fairly close. Like, to be honest, I just haven't done any training that was programmed to be super hard, where I was like, okay, yeah, the shape is still really good. But I have ticked off like my sessions, and like I don't feel worse than I felt before Geelong, for example, where I end up still like running quite quick. So I think like I can surprise myself. But yeah, I'm definitely not as confident as before Marbella. There
Yeah.
I've really had like all the work done. I had really good sessions. I felt great before the race as well. Where now like I'm more like hoping that my shape is still there from Marbella, you know? Like I still did almost 24 hours last week training. So it's not that I didn't do anything. It's just more that it hasn't come as easily, I guess, all the training. And but yeah, in the end, like I'm not gonna like stress myself with like I need to win this race. In the end, I just wanna do what's what the best for me, you know, like what I'm able to do on that day, which I'm not 100% sure what it is. I think I'll try to do a smart race, like not like Marbella where I spend a ton of energy because of silly stuff like the crash. I'm just trying to be smart, and then we'll see, I guess, what I have left on the run. But yeah, I'd say I definitely give myself a chance that I can win, but I'm not gonna say like, yeah, I'm gonna win this race, because I'm just not, honestly, not too sure where I'm at.
Yeah. And to be honest, that's not really you, is it? You're not going to sit here regardless and say, I'm going to win this race.
No,
That's
it's
not
not me.
that's not your mentality anyway. So yeah, well, I'm looking forward to watching the race. I guess there's not really a lot to preview. You've said where you have to
Yeah.
come to win.
Well,
And
and then I think also Mika is 9 points behind me, which it depends which place you are. Like if he wins and I'm second, he jumps me, I think.
yeah.
But then if he comes second and I come third, I think I win. Well, I get second overall. And then some places I even can be 2 spots behind him. So that
It's
really
just
depends on where you're at.
it's kind of like when you're in these scenarios though, it's too hard, like probably too much energy to really go into
Yeah.
detail, right? And you just like, if I beat him, I know I'm
Yeah,
staying in front of him.
indeed. And then it's
Uh,
actually quite a big battle for like Rico has a bit of a gap on all the guys behind, but then I think it's from fifth to ninth. They're all within 1 or 2 points. So
yeah.
Martin is at the moment in eighth, but like
Mm,
he can still very easily come fifth or even fourth if he has a couple of spots between him and Rico.
yeah, which is possible.
Yeah. So that's also interesting. They're like all like super close,
Mm.
but they have
So
quite a big gap on me. So
yeah,
yeah.
you just got to worry about having your best race, and
Yeah,
yeah,
indeed.
points take care
And
of itself,
then
don't they?
the woman is actually also quite interesting. Where wait, I'm gonna get the points here. Yeah, it's Kate Wolf that's in first now. Julie Durand 6 points behind, and Lucy Charles 9 points behind. So that means whoever wins the race out of them three will win. Because I
Yeah,
think it's 55 points to win and 46 points for second. So that's a 9 points difference.
Yeah.
So if
And then
Lucy wins and Kate Wolf is second, they have the same amount of points, but then it's whoever wins the final. So Lucy
Yeah.
will win.
Yeah.
So that will be
That's
quite cool.
that's exciting. So you race Saturday at what time? And then the women?
The men
what
are
time?
12:40
Okay.
and the women are maybe like 9 something. So it's
Yeah.
quite good timing for you.
So it's
Your
about
evening.
now, right? Your race
Yeah,
time,
in 30
roughly.
minutes.
Okay, so set for Australians in Queensland, that's 7 p.m. Saturday night. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's doable.
Yeah.
I'm getting old. That's a midnight finish. I'm a bit old for that, but we'll
Oof, yeah.
do
Indeed.
it for you, Yella.
Thank you.
And especially the women's race is going to be even, I think,
Yeah, it
just
will be
as, if not
exciting,
more
definitely.
more exciting with the potential to be more exciting with the way the points are. So
Yeah. No,
yeah,
definitely.
I think be good and exciting to watch that all wrap up the season. I'm sure
Definitely.
you guys are all ready for off seasons. I guess we
Oh,
can
yeah.
follow up with a pod after this about
Yeah.
off season plans and how things go. So
Sounds
yeah,
good.
looking forward to the race. How about we, before we wrap this up, get to some of the questions?
Yeah, definitely. Let's do them.
I
Oh, one
think
more
so.
thing, actually, what I'm excited to go home for as well. Kate's sister gave birth
Oh, nice.
to Marlo. Yeah, so that'll be
Cute.
fun to go home and
What's
see
her name?
Marlo. Marlo,
No,
him,
no,
boy.
no, Kate's sister,
Ah, Nicole.
Nicole. Yeah, she's a
And
fan of the pod, isn't she?
yeah,
She
yeah,
puts
yeah.
in.
And Tom as well, actually, the partner, he's Belgian. He
Yeah.
really loves the pod and he follows all the T100s and all the races. He actually is gonna do T100 Gold Coast.
Oh, good.
I got
And
him.
an extra fan on the sideline. Marlo will be cheering on. That's cool.
Definitely,
Oh,
definitely.
nice. Oh, that'll be good to meet
Yeah,
Marlo
that'll be fun.
when you get back.
Yeah.
Right. So for those that are listening or they missed last episode, we've done where we do some voice notes and we have people submit some questions. We thought it was a better way to get you guys involved in
Mm.
the podcast, and rather than writing in the questions, we'll actually voice note them and play them here and then answer them for you. So yeah, let's get stuck in. We did ask, and most people stuck to it, that we keep them to 30 seconds or shorter.
Yeah.
So
All right, cool.
that's just one caveat, but anything's on the table. So we'll go with the first one from, Hugh Janus. Hugh Janus. Yella. That's whenever
I
Yella
got
said
it
that.
now.
I was looking at
Yeah.
Yella's face for a reaction. He just was like, okay, cool.
All right, Hooch Anus, let's go. What's happening?
Why is it not playing? Hugh Janus, come on.
Yes, big fan of the podcast. Just wanted to have a quick question for you guys. Do you think that looking back on this season, it will go down as Ironman versus T100? Or do you think that either one of them had a clear-cut path to being the quote-unquote leader in our sport? Again, love you guys' stuff. Congratulations on Yella, two-time world champion. Aaron, best luck in retirement. See you around.
So for
You
those
know who that
familiar
was?
with, those familiar with Triathlon podcasts will be able to pick that voice. Kyle
Indeed.
Glass, thanks very much for the questions. A little
Hugh
bit of a
Janus.
straight, as in like two-part question or like an oxymoron to the question, but
Well, we know pro tri news, it's pro Ironman news, no? So
yeah,
we know what he wants us to say.
but I don't think it doesn't need to be
Indeed.
one versus the other. Like they both can coexist, I think, together.
Yeah, definitely.
Like for sure, you've seen it firsthand. You've been a part of it firsthand that T100 have had their challenges this year, and like it's some things that have happened have been unideal for the athletes, but in T100's fairness, they haven't shied away from that, I guess, and they've tried to make it better, and they are really doing good things for the sport. And the Ironman series would not exist if it wasn't for T100 and what they've done. So I don't think it needs to be this T100 versus Ironman. I think it's in your interest, it's in my interest, it's in Kyle Glass's and Pro Tri News' interest that they both can harmoniously exist and everyone benefits from both parties.
Yeah, for sure. I think like to answer like his question though, I feel like Ironman has their big races where there's a lot of hypes, like the world champs. But I do feel like T100 has a bit like the season long narrative which they do try to create. But I feel like they do have this though, where like the beginning of the year when there's not so much Ironmans, like I feel like they're dominating maybe a bit the news. But yeah, the world champs and Ironmans are huge. So yeah, I do like what you said, that they just we shouldn't always try to compare and like who's better than who. Like
Yeah,
they all have their strength and their weaknesses for sure.
yeah, for sure. I think Ironman's done an amazing job this year, and like kudos to them for stepping up the game last year with their Ironman Pro Series. So
Yeah, and that Marbella men's race was the best race ever, I'd say.
It was a pretty epic race, I must admit. All right, next one.
Thanks, huge Anus.
Just a quick question. Who has the best podcast in the squad, and why is it the unfunded? Cheers, lads.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Well, of course I heard. I don't know who it was though.
Well, it's Leighton trying to hold his nose and not make himself sound familiar. So for those that don't know, the Unfunded podcast, good podcast. They are more short course friendly, based here on the Gold Coast. So we train with them in our squad, Leighton and Lockie Jones. So the Unfunded podcast, but there's only one room for one podcast on the Gold Coast, boys, and we're coming to take you down. The Unfunded is going down. Yeah. What do you think,
Yes.
Jelle?
Next one.
Yeah, next one. Okay.
How impressive was the 206 marathon? Would you want to see the marathon triathlon double in LA?
That was a question from Ryan. So we've touched on that. How impressive was Alex, which was unbelievably impressive. Would you like to see him race in LA? Be pretty cool. I personally would rather see him try and come back and defend his Olympic title.
Yeah, I'd say LA, triathlon, Brisbane marathon, and we'll be on the sideline
cheering him on
with our kids.
Cool.
Hi guys. As professional triathletes, you're always focusing on 3 sports, but do you ever wonder what you could do or what you could achieve if you would just focus on the one sport, kind of like Alex Yee is doing now? And do you still have ambitions to pursue something like fast marathon one day?
So another Alex Yee related question, which we got quite a few of them. So obviously off the back of his race weekend, I'll quickly answer this one. Not really. My best leg was swimming, and triathletes are so far off being world-class swimmers that I was never going to be a world-class swimmer. I'll enjoy doing a marathon or two now in retirement, but not as a professional.
Well, you're chasing sub 220 though, right?
Yeah, which is decent.
I actually, more when I was a short course athlete, I was wondering what I could do on like a 5 and 10K. Not so much anymore. I feel like with transitioning to 70.3, I lost a bit of the speed that you need even for a marathon. So it would take me I would still like to do maybe in the end of my career, a fast marathon, but it's probably I'm too old by then to really aim for a really fast marathon. So yeah, maybe in a different life.
Yeah. Cool. We'll do 2 or 3 more and then we'll wrap up.
Sounds good.
Hey guys, I've got 2 questions for Aaron. Firstly, what's been the hardest thing you have found transitioning from World Series racing to now being a guide for Sam in the World Para Series? And then on the flip of that, what's been the easiest or maybe the most interesting thing you found going into Para? Love the pod and love your work. Hope to see it continue to thrive in 2026. Great work, guys. Thanks, and enjoy the off-season.
Cool. So that was a question from Jeremy Peacock, a fellow Australian Paralympian. He's a big fan of the podcast, always messaging us. So thanks for the question, Jez. Well, the easiest thing, or maybe we'll start with the hardest thing. The hardest thing I found was, well, what I thought I would find was actually just riding the tandem, handling the tandem. People said that was actually going to be quite tough, but in the end, it was nowhere near as tough as what I thought. But maybe just like, I'm a guide, so I'm guiding Sam. So, there's a bit of added pressure. Like, if I crash or if I do something wrong, it just affects my race. But if I mess up, I'm affecting his race.
Yeah.
So that's touch wood. I haven't yet, but that's, I guess, the hardest thing, knowing that and feeling the pressure. I don't necessarily feel the pressure for my physical performance. It's more about whether I mess up in some way. And the easiest thing, I don't know. They're all like Jez, so people like Jez and other people in the para team have all been pretty cool to hang out with and spend time with. And I guess that's been part of the easiest thing to transition into, I guess, from the Olympic team into the Paralympic team. Cool. Now this one's from Troy Wrigley.
Hey guys, Troy here from the Maitland Tri Club. Love the podcast, and congrats Jelle on the World Championship. Questions for Aaron. Now that you've got a bit more spare time on your hands, mate. Wondering if you're free on the 21st of February, head down to Foster, put the red and blue back on for the mighty Maitland Triathlon Club. Come back to the roots where it all started. Be great to see you, mate. Anyway, cheers again. Love the podcast, guys. Keep it going.
Right.
21st of February. Put it in your agenda, Aaron.
I put it in my agenda. Well, I don't actually know if I'm going to have. I'm probably going to, in reality, have less time now, but I have more freedom maybe to do races like that. So he's talking about my local tri club, and I think it's Foster is the club championships in New South Wales. I'd love to go back and do it. Love Maitland Tri Club. It's still my actual tri club when I renew. So yeah, I'd love to get there.
Nice.
But what did he say? February? Yeah, we'll see.
21st.
21st of February. All right, last one, and this
Last
one is from Martin Van Riel.
Our bestie.
Hey, it's Martin here with a serious question. So after watching Vincent Louis go sub 3:30 here in Bahrain, and after all the fast times we've been seeing in full Ironman this year, what do you guys think is the fastest possible time with all the legal rules, obviously, in a half and a full Ironman that is possible? If it would be a very not windy, perfect temperature day, flat course, good rolling asphalt, short transitions. So yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah,
well, you and Martin have already discussed this, haven't you?
We talked about this because Bahrain was this year a very quick day. It seemed like there was not much wind. They biked 155, I think, with like under 300 watts Vince had, according to his Strava. So, there's still a bit of room to go quicker there. I think it got a bit tactical with them as well. So yeah, I think it's definitely like some minutes there you can win. Then the run was a little bit short in Bahrain, so you want a proper run. Martin was saying like low 320s, maybe under 3 hours 20 for 70.3. Yeah, I guess like close to that if you do like a 22-minute swim, hour 50 bike, hour and 7 run plus transitions. What is that? That's about 3 hours 20, I guess.
Yeah.
But you need the ideal conditions.
Yeah, for sure. And probably, as you said, like not drafting, not like the sub 7 sort of project, but a group
with a few
on the
guys.
bike. Yeah.
12 meters apart. Yeah. And then woman, actually, Georgia set the fastest time. Georgia Taylor Brown in Bahrain. It was a 3:51. So I think they also have still some room because they were only with 3 athletes in the group, and like it got very hot towards the end. She was saying like she struggled a bit on the end of the run, so she definitely has some room to even go quicker. And then Ironman, I've never really, I haven't really done any Ironman, so it's quite hard to say for me. I think Chrissy did 7:20 in Cozumel, but that's a downstream swim. So you miss some minutes there. But yeah, probably like quite a bit quicker than that if you really go for it. Like like Jan did it once, but then he was alone on the bike, although he probably had some other bikes though.
Mm.
But yeah, there again, if you're like with a few people 12 meters apart and you have one like designated guy that goes for it and just sits fifth wheel,
Yeah.
12 meters legally 12 meters apart, all like you can probably bike like 350 or something and have quite fresh legs to run a 230 off the bike and swim like what 45 46 minutes, have a
Mm.
wetsuit on, short
Yeah.
transitions.
Yeah.
What is that? I have no idea.
I don't know. I think that time wise, I'm not actually sure. Probably Martin's pretty spot on with that 320, and Ironman a little bit harder to say. And on the women's side, I just wouldn't know enough about like the actual times and power that's required to meet that. So harder for me to say on that side. But what I will say, I think, is that we are closer, or you guys are closer to the fastest 70.3 time than, or closer to the limit of it than you are at Ironman, or athletes are at Ironman. I think there's still some room to go in the Ironman distance. I think we're nearing, I wouldn't even say limit, because I guess it's always going to be getting faster, but I think we're getting closer to whatever the limit may be in the 70.3 than the Ironman distance. So if I had to guess, we will see a sub 3:15 and a sub 7 before the end of our lifetime.
Whew, that's quick.
I mean, that's 60 years away, hopefully. Well, hang on. Yeah.
And woman?
Well, I don't know, to be honest.
They're close to sub 8, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think Laura was
already.
There was talk of Laura Phillip aiming to go for it. She didn't get close this time, but she was aiming to go for it in Roth this year.
True.
But all right, well, that wraps us up for this podcast. Jelle, good luck on Saturday night.
Friday.
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 Oh, geez, Friday. Oh.
Friday. Don't be late, Aaron.
I think I said Saturday on the podcast, didn't I? You weren't listening.
It's Friday. I was zoned out.
You zoned out. God, that's not good for our listeners. All right. Well, good luck. Hope it goes well. We'll be watching on Friday, and we will follow up with a podcast hopefully sometime next week. When are you back in Australia? You're back on Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
See you.
Thanks, guys, for listening, and we'll catch you next time.